Hey you guys, it's me, your host Raygun Pro Squad. If you like this video, please smack the like button, subscribe to be a part of the Raygun Pro Squad. I'm going to show you guys on how to set up the HDX60X capture card. I'm going to show you my methods and how to get it to work. So let's get straight to it. So let's jump over to my desktop mode for you guys. I have to find it because I have a small window on my left screen. So now I so the Elgato capture card is all hooked up. Everything is perfect. I recommend I'm actually recording on two settings, so the capture card won't show up on main screen for one reason, but I'm going to show you a couple of methods and I'm hoping that's going to help you guys out a lot. So the Elgato capture card needs to be connected to a 3.0 connection to get like the 60 FPS and perfect settings. So I got some of the settings. So if you want it, I would remove this so I can actually show you the source. All right. So now let's add a source. And I recommend adding the video capture card device. Once you added the capture card device, there is a couple of settings you might have to look into, but I'm going to walk you through that. Enable the game capture card when you're mostly done. Custom, I usually stream at like any resolution. I usually stream at 16,000, 12,000 on Twitch because I get like less pixels as much as it is, but still a high ratio because I stream at 16,936. Yeah, 16,000 by 936p. And I find 16,000, 12,000, 16 to 12,000 a sweet number, so I'm sticking with that. I recommend choosing any other capture things as it is. 60 FPS, which I use. Video format, leave it as color range. Video format, leave it as any. I never touch that. So color range, I'm going to show you what the color range and color ratio. So let's jump to that. If you go to your settings and your advanced tab, you can see in video tab your color space and colored range. Memorize that. So your 709 by full. So go back to your capture device and make sure your colored range is 709 and full, and you're getting like the crisp image. And I recommend buffering, turn that off. Don't have it on because buffering, if you look and read all the thing, it lowers latency and playback cost of frames. You will, for me, I find it where I'm getting like a lot like a delay in my latency. I can't remember how it was, but I recommend turning that off. Don't have it on. Apply ratio data from camera. I think recommending turning that off or turning that on. I don't know which I had before. Let me have a look on my end. So give me a split second. I'm going to be switching scenes real quick. Um, yeah, leaving it on. Leave it on because that's what this is what you guys will see once it's all enabled and everything's straight. Um, so let's go back to my desktop mode and having that tick, leave that on. Everything should be perfect as it is. You can test it with that turned off, but I recommend leaving that on. Depends on what your scenario is. Audio base, I recommend turning this off. I will say turn that off. If you're using like another audio base, which I'm gonna add on screen, which is um give me a split second. My Elgato capture card. So I'll show you what that is, which is the game capture card from my microphone. I recommend having that turned on. I'm going to show you certain things in separating audio. You can use your headphones. You make sure you add your headphones audio into that and having it enabled. Don't I recommend don't put it on monitor output or off output, depends on which system. Test it out with monitor or output. Once you get the right volume for stream and all that, I recommend turning that off and having that turned off for good. So I tell you another step and method for audio. I'm gonna hide this because I don't need that. All you're focusing on is this. So if you go into settings, control panel, once you're into control panel here on the screen, you go to categories to large icons. Small icon, no, large icons, my bad. So when you're in large icons, go to your sound area. And when you're into your sound tab, you go to your recording. So your game capture device, double click on it, listen device, listen to listen to device on, and playback through device. So it was set to default playback device. I recommend going choose your headphones you want to play it to or any audio track. Enable it. I like it playing through the video game output and enable it and press OK and apply OK and everything is set and you should be able to hear game audio through your headphones, which is connected to your Elgato Wave software. So that you will hear all the gameplay with no latency and like output late. If you're playing first person shooters or any other games, you can hear the latent. There would have no zero latency. I find that one much easier doing it that way. If you go straight off by using the capture card, which I told you to remove and hide and have it not play through your ears because there is a latency delay through that. If you're playing shooter games and you're letting your capture card and all that, it will make your gaming experience shit and hearing it, the audio. I recommend going through those settings through the control panel, enabling it, and you'll thank me for it. And everything is all done in the audio setup. If you wanted to know how to set stuff up, there's another method I recommend is you go right click on your capture card. If you want to view it in full screen mode or your capture device, I recommend having this like the full screen projector and click the monitor you want to have it on. If you don't want to say, okay, I want that to be on a full screen projector, you can play your games on a full screen without switching sources, and that will help mostly a lot of people out with that way. Or you want to do the lazy way and go the hard extra mile and just go to your input device and go to your thing. You still don't get a higher latency from your OBS and trying to put it on your main monitor, but I show you my setup now so you guys can understand my scenario. I'm hoping this is all going to help you guys out a lot, and I'm going to be switching you guys over to my IRL test phone. So here we go. So I'm switching you guys to my IRL test phone. So here we go. So I'm switching you guys to my IRL test mode now. Alright, we're on the IRL test phone. So here's my live streaming setup so far. So I read chat on my left, game in the middle, and sometimes I can browse and do whatever or have a big large chat on the right side. So if I miss any certain chat on the left monitor, I look on the big chat and I can see everything through Mix It Up. So My capture card here is connected. If you still get no... Ah, I'm a freaking idiot. I'm going to show you another method I forgot, and you guys have picked that up. So if you guys get no signal and lost connection, I recommend going at the back here, unplugging that, making sure that's unplugged. So there's no light. Unplug it, plug it back in, let it boot up, and you should be at and switch scenes, and it should work. But if that doesn't work, there's another method which I'll show you later after I'm done here explaining. So HDMI, everything is connected to this device. Some people might like, I recommend you can just use one device, what I've shown you before, which will still work. But right over here, I have a Asus Gaming Rogue Strix motherboard with 2.0s and 3 ports of 3.1 ports. So for like 1, 2, 3, 3.1 ports on the back, and a 3.0 ports. So right now, I got my keyboard on that one. I have my Elgato microphone connected to this one. And then I have my capture card and webcam on the 3.0 ports. So my microphone is using a 3.1 and my capture card and my Elgato uses a 3.0 port. So everything is working fine. I don't have to touch anything as it is. If I buy another device that uses a 3.0 port, then I'm screwed. I have to buy a hub or a connector or a powered hub to remove a lot of slack on my PC because... Alright, I'm back. So here's my mistake. I forgot to tell you guys when you were setting up your capture card. So in here, your capture card would say no device shown or it's frozen on your main image and you're trying to deal with problems. I forgot this step and I forgot to tell you what another thing to enable. I recommend enabling this because I enable that on my webcam as well when I'm switching scenes. Because if my webcam goes into sleep mode, if I don't want my webcam on, I can hide my webcam. It goes into a rest mode, and the webcam's not constantly on in use. I turn that on, and that will save you guys on a hard mistake in the future. I recommend turning that stuff on. So that's mostly all my steps and mistakes. That one mistake I done. Everything is perfect. I hope this helps you out a lot. If you're gaming, I recommend choosing the monitor if you want to game off through this mode, and that will help you as much through in these modes. But if that doesn't help, I might recommend, if your computer is a lot older than it was before, I think it could be that, or it could be the software related. I'm already updated. I'll show you my software updates so far. So give me a couple minutes so I can show you guys my software update. Elgato, so L, and 4K utilities. So I'm opening that up. And go to settings and check for update. It would So I'm already up to date on the 4K utilities. I never touch anything in settings through this, so I recommend don't touch anything through here because you might deal with problems in the future. I recommend trying my settings, and if that helps you out, please say in the comments down below. Recording. I just need to remember there was another thing you have to check. But I can't remember. Oh, here we go. So if you go once you check here and it's all update, go to your devices and check firmware update. there would be a message saying you have to update through firmware or something. I can't remember where you have to test it from. Just check what scenario firmware you're on. Make sure it's up to date and all that. I'm hoping I helped you out as much. Please smack the like button, subscribe to be a part of the Raygun Pro Squad. I'm sorry I could do more steps and materials. I think I got all my information out there. So you guys hoping you can use a Elgato HD60X or S, depends on which capture card you're using, and I will try my settings out, and that will help you guys out. So I will catch you guys in the next live video, and I will see you next time. Peace out, and don't forget to keep on gaming. Bye.